This is the Environmental Protection Commission regular meeting, Wednesday, December 1st, 2020. The first piece of is old business, EPC 38, 2021, Gabrielle Olivario Jr. and Catherine M. Olivario at 49 Goodwise River Road to construct a residential addition, patio drainage system, and other related features within an upland review area adjoining Gorham's Pond. The property lies along the west side of the Goodwise River Road, approximately 1,200 feet north of Sunswick Road, and is identified as on map number 49 as lot number 8. The zone is R1, and it's plus or minus 3.26 acres. I believe the commission members have a draft of this, and Jim, I think you put your touches on this thing.
Mr. Chairman, yes, I did. I forwarded them to Rick. I believe I CC'd you.
Yep.
Just sure that there was another pair of eyes on that.
Okay, I have a minor addition on page 4, subpoint 3, the first subpoint. The first line is submission of a planting / mitigation plan to better stabilize, etc. I would just like at the end of that paragraph, Rick, to add subject to EPC staff approval, because they can submit a plan, but it might not be acceptable. And so I just want to make sure that's clear. You have, because you have it in the second dot on there, so I just wanted to push it up to the first one. So that was my only change. Okay, I guess, are there any other changes and comments? Carolyn, would you want to talk about that now, Rick, with relation to Carolyn's comment?
That's a, I think she's referring to, let's see what condition that is. Those are kind of general conditions that are associated with all the resolutions. And if you had to, I am guessing that if you had to conduct an enforcement action to suspend or revoke a permit, you would have to use it, go through the usual enforcement process of getting the board to issue a cease and desist order, and then you would have to have a hearing and give them show cause why their cease and desist order should not remain in full force and effect. So it would be part of a process. It's, you know, that is a standard condition in these resolutions. And as you know, I have about 2 months of going with these resolutions. Yeah, that seems to be in all of them.
So,
yeah,
we do. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to ask. I sort of surmised that it was sort of a standard comment, but what would trigger that? Like, how would it come to your or to anyone's attention that, you know, the conditions were not being met?
Oh, we do inspections.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it's through the inspection. Okay. Thank you.
No, EPC does inspections. Rick does inspections. Mike Vitti, the building, the chief building inspector, he does inspections and will point stuff out, okay, to us. I mean, that happened in one case that before you joined, that there was a pizza oven that was built much too close. It violated a lot of things, and so they Mike pointed it out to us, and it was dealt with. Typically, when you get, normally it just takes Rick to speak to somebody to get them to move to do something, because if you say you're in violation of the permit, etc., because it complicates their lives dramatically if we go to cease and desist. And typically we wouldn't move there unless we thought we were 100% right. Okay, and so therefore, the people who work on building houses and doing want to get in and want to get out. Okay, they want the project finished. So the last thing they want to do is get bogged down in town bureaucracy on things like this. So from a practical standpoint, it's in their best interest to go and fix it quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, and to go and fix it quickly. Now, yes, there are cease and desist, and they have been used in the past. Okay, I can think of 2 cases where it was used, and they came in and they had to explain, and it was immediate resolution. It was sort of like, oh my God, yes, you're right. You know, and of course the homeowner said, you know, it was his problem, or pointing problems away. It wasn't my instructions that were clear. It was somebody else. And so, you know, I'm with you. So it was, tell me what to do so I can fix this. So it was immediately, you know, things got resolved fairly. Just, yeah, you know, normally they don't even need a hearing, but if they did, they got resolved at the hearing quickly. Okay, just as okay. Does that answer your question, Carolyn?
Yes. Yeah. No, it's just because I assumed that this was something that was stipulated in every approval. So I just wanted to find out how the process worked.
Yes.
Thank you.
We always have to hold that card from the town. We represent the town in this case, and we have to hold that card to be able to withdraw the application if they're not following it. You know, if they decide to build a house, like if they plan it like this and then build it like this, it's sort of like, what? You know, and you didn't come into it's sort of like, no, stop. Let's rethink this and find out what's happening. So anyway, with that done, does anybody else have any more questions or comments on this? Okay, Jim, I have a motion to approve.
Yes, sir. I move to approve the conditional approval for EPC number 38, 2021.
Peter, may I have a second?
Second, I second that motion.
Great. Without objection, so moved. Thank you. Okay, the next item of business is EPC 39, 2021. Jeffrey Bluestein and Margaret Konosbach, 49 Stony Brook Road, to demolish an existing flood-damaged vehicular bridge, private, and construct a new bridge or replacement bridge. Okay, including guide rails, decking, stringers, abutments, foundations, wing walls, riprap grading, and other related features within the base floodplain and in approximate to wetlands and watercourses situated in the non-drinking water supply watershed of Stony Brook. Boy, that's a long sentence. The property lies along the west side of Stony Brook, approximately 1,000 feet south of Leroy, and it's identified as map number 19, lot number 28. The zone is R1, and it's about 3.05 acres. The commission members have a draft of this, and I think Rick has received some minor edits and things like this. So
Mr. Chairman, there's one additional edit that was brought to my attention.
Yep.
This has been reflective of what the vice chair has pointed out.
Yep.
And Peter McGinnis has pointed out a further correction with some wording in the last second to last paragraph, precedent and precedent.
okay,
Just this minor edit.
got that. We'll incorporate that.
Yep.
Thank you, Peter.
You're welcome.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions or comments? Great. Jim, may I have a motion to approve this?
Yes, I'm enthused to improve this, which is important for this family at 49 Stony Brook Road, and therefore I would like to move a motion to approve the conditional approval of EPC number 39-2021.
Thank you. Peter, may I have a second?
I second that motion.
Okay, without objection, so moved. Moving on, there is no new business. Approval of minutes. The minutes, everybody has, commission members have a copy of a draft of the minutes of the special meeting of November 22, 2021. I didn't have any problems with this, and it was very complete. So, does anybody have anything else that they would like to add or comment on here? No? Okay. Jim, may I have a motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting of November 22?
Yes, sir. I think I'm happy to make a motion to approve the minutes of our special meeting of November 22, 2021 of the Environmental Protection Commission.
Great. Great. Thank you very much. Peter, may I have a second?
I second the motion.
Great. Thank you then. Without objection, so moved. That's the minutes. Does anybody else have any other business that they would like to discuss?
I don't know, Mr. Chairman, if you wanted to discuss at a later meeting a prior topic, which was back to town hall for hearings, or if we defer that. I think I'd recommend maybe we defer it. There's a lot of news and a lot of things just evolving, and maybe that's the appropriate course to take at this point.
I think you're right. Obviously there's been a lot of news on coming across the infection rate in the Darien and Stanford area has gone up to 6%, which is really quite high. So yes, I agree with you. What we'll do probably, Peter, is take a pulse. I'll send out an email to everybody going, how do you guys feel about this personally? And before we get together, and because it's January January 5th is the next meeting. So we'll see how we maybe between Christmas and New Year's we'll send out an email, just see how you feel, and then
sure.
Because we'll have much more information by then, and then but I think at this point in time, given what we know, and if it continues to deteriorate, the situation begins to deteriorate, absolutely we'll stay. We'll stay on the go-to meeting here. I hope everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, thank you for bringing that up, Peter. That slipped my mind. Anybody else have anything? No? All right. Jim, we set a record for this meeting. So,
Yeah, my clock on my computer says 7:20. I think you're about to ask me for a motion
to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman, after a 20-minute meeting, which actually I don't think it started exactly on time, so this is a record-setting meeting, but we accomplished what the agenda Rick thankfully laid out, and I urge us to adjourn our meeting and wish everyone the best of the year-end holiday season.
Thank you. Peter, want to second that?
I second the motion and second the well wishes to everyone
Yes.
to have a great holiday season.
Nice holiday.
So without objection, so moved. And everybody, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Enjoy, but not too much. And anyway, have a good one, guys. Keep it.
Thank
Keep
you.
it.
Thank
Bye-bye
you
now.
all. Thank you all.
Bye-bye.